fun questions, Charlie, and thank you for keeping it with the same spring theme we introduced our meeting with today. Today's tipster is
Jim Emery.
Tim Emery.
Tim?
Oh, sorry, Jim Emery. I don't know much about Jim, but you can read his bio on his website. I think he's talking today about something about speaking, right, Tim? Anyway, please give a big PowerTalk welcome to Tim. Oops, sorry, Jim Emery.
Thank you, Victoria.
Very good.
You might guess that Vitalia and I connived a little bit on the beginning of this session. Duh. It's about speaker introductions. There are three of them three different approaches that I know of. We just demonstrated one of them, which is why pros at your level of speaking know never let the MC make up the introduction for you. Make the introduction yourself and provide it to them and insist that they read it the way you gave it to them. There's a third way which I'll tease you with at the end, but it's the second way here of composing your own speaker introduction and how to do that appropriately that we're going to talk about today. Why is that important? Well, unless you have a Doberman, the first impression for you as a professional speaker is not your speaker introduction. It's the introduction done by the MC to get you on stage. It's not the opening of your speech at all. So it really is the first impression that the audience gets of you before you ever hit stage. So you're going to put together an introduction and you agonize over the wording of that. You want it to be just perfect and you finally get it exactly right and you give it to the MC and then everything works out great, right? Not usually, right? So here's some lessons about speaker introductions. The first is the KISS principle. Most of you know what that means. Keep it simple, stupid, right? That means language, sentence structure, vocabulary, all had better be at about 7th grade level. No 5-syllable words, no subordinate clauses in the things that you read. Make it really easy. Now, when you've written it and you think you have it right, read it out loud yourself at about twice speed. Right? If you can read it twice as fast as you think the MC is going to, and you don't get tongue-tied, then probably you're about right. If you can't, then go back and reword it like Mr. Rogers would have. What should be in it? Jim's rule of speaker introductions. There is one and only one reason for a speaker introduction. It's to prevent people from leaving the room before you hit the stage. Right? That's the only reason. The rest of it's in your speech. So the corollary to that is that the introduction has to make you and the topic sound interesting enough to stick around to hear you. Right? If you're doing a dinner speech, people can go out and they can do email, they can get voicemails, they can do all of that. You want them to stay in the room. What should be in it? Should be something about you. Don't put your whole bio in there. Nobody really cares, unless you're talking to the Alumni Association, nobody really cares what college you went to. Put that in the program. Put that in some handouts that you have. What they want is they want some reason to believe that you're credible and maybe even entertaining. I have an example for me. It's kind of a bold one. I do speaking voice kinds of things about speaking. And this might be part of my intro. Jim's 30 years of vocal performance and coaching means he knows more than you do about your voice and how it will impact your speech, right? That's just teasing enough that may grab the audience and say, ooh, I gotta stick around for that. Give just enough about the topic to make it sound like it's gonna be interesting as well. Don't give the store away. If you're going to give a speech about a particular topic, never, 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 never delegate to the MC the opening of the speech. Just give them a little bit of a tease that you can do. How long should a speaker intro be? No more than 200 words, preferably way less. It should be on one sheet of paper in the big font like Natalia showed, 16 or 18-point font. It should be readable in well under 1 minute. Why? Because you want that time of your speaker slot for you, not for the MC talking about you. A couple miscellaneous things. Give a pronunciation guide for any words that might be mispronounced, most notably your name. Right? If Teresa were here, Teresa'd be nodding her head, right? How many times have you actually been introduced as Roman Pondike? Right? It happens, right? Tell them the right pronunciation. Bold some words on the thing that you hand them. Put a big header across the top that says speaker introduction for and your name, and bring plenty of extra copies because the MC will probably lose it. So I'll give you one last stretch goal, and this is the third way to do things. If you're a real professional and you got the money and it fits the kind of audiences that you do, make an introduction video. Then all you have to do in terms of trusting the MC is that the MC can hit the start button, and when it's all done, say, please welcome Vitalia, or is it Victoria? Bryn Pondike, thank you.
Thanks, Jim, for useful tips, very applicable for all of us in our profession.